It's a responsibility, and before the break, I'll make one last point on that, and ask you to go to page 5 of the handout, and have a look at one aspect of this demographic trend. What happened to the cities? You see two matrices, A, B, C, D. What are the figures referring to? What do you think? It's a difficult one. I'll tell you. In the first matrix, A is the number of men in the age group 20-25, and B is the number of women per 100 men in the age group 20-25. Sorry, my second mistake. Sorry. What I am now telling you is true about the second matrix. C is the number of men, and D is the number of women in the age group 20-25. So in Leiden, you have 136 women for every 100 men in the age group 20 to 25. There are two reasons for that. I think you can guess the first reason. Why are so many more women in the age group 20-25 as men living in Leiden?
Healthcare.
Who say healthcare? Yeah, completely right, healthcare. We have a lot of education, training for nurses, for doctors. Healthcare is still a female occupation, in majority. And the women go to the facilities. So you see the same in Utrecht, Amsterdam. But the first table is the age group 20 to 35. 20 to 35. So it's a larger age group. And there the educational point is filtered out. And still you see a large number, much more women as men. And all right, that's how it is. But someone is paying the price. Where are the women in Alphen aan den Rijn, in Heerlen, in Emmen? And there is a gender disbalance. So we are right now in what we call a nitrogen crisis. Are you from Chile aware that we have a nitrogen crisis? You are not aware of it? Well, yeah. Well, let's say it's a national feature of ecological crisis we have on the whole planet. And in our country, at this moment, it's a nitrogen crisis. And the government is almost falling about it. And the nitrogen crisis is seen as a crisis as a shift between the cities and the countryside. Maybe that is so. I have some doubts about it. But there's more to it than just nitrogen. There's more to it than just wealth. There's also a gender aspect. We have a male countryside, a male non-knowledge hub, Netherlands, and a female knowledge hub, Netherlands. And I'm not sure about how it works, but I know that having bad chances on the marriage market is not good for your mental health. And that a disturbed gender balance might have impact on much more aspects of your life, also on your political point of view. Why do people vote for populist parties? Well, maybe they are poorer, maybe they are far away, maybe they are aged, and maybe the girls are gone. Yes? Just a moment, your microphone is coming. Thank you, Angela.
You said if you have a problem on the marriage market, you tend to revolt. But with 136 versus 100, you also could argue that women have a problem on the marriage market?
I did not think about the female aspect of this. I only thought about the male aspect of this. Now, I'll give you an extreme example. The example is coming from our neighboring country, Germany, the eastern part of Germany. The countryside in eastern Germany. And you must realize the northern part of eastern Germany, a lot of demolishing has done there since the German Democratic Republic disappeared. So a lot of the small towns basically back to the contour they had in 1900. All Plattenbau has been demolished there. And still, it is difficult to keep up life in that part of Europe. The females are everywhere in the world marching. They are looking for opportunities. They know their rights. If they don't have enough opportunities on the German countryside, they go to Berlin, they go to the cities, they go to the western part of the country. And I don't know why the males stay behind, but they do stay behind. So in that German countryside, you have a sex ratio of 75 women to 100 men in age group 20 to 40. So that's very strange. So you have few opportunities, as a male, you have few opportunities for a good job, few opportunities for social integration, a few opportunities on the marriage market. Who's to blame for that? Who's to blame for that? Who's to blame for that? The foreigners, of course, the migrants. Yeah, so let's vote for a populist party. Let's try to do something about the migrants. Of course, it's a political response, not very relevant to a problem, but the German government is very troubled about it, and they try not to change the gender balance. It's a free country, you cannot change the gender balance. But they try to bring culture, to bring a new repertoire of words, of cultural expressions to a countryside. And they ask the cultural institutions in Germany to help design new ways of talking about yourself in that part of the country. We don't have that extreme expression of the gender disbalance in this country. But I'm afraid we are going to have it if I see these speakers. So we also have to think about gender balance, not to change it. Luckily, we live in a free country. People are free to travel and to live wherever they wish. But we have to think about the impact. That's my point. And to be sure, this is a worldwide movement. This is a worldwide movement. I have studied some statistics of Latin American countries, smaller Caribbean countries, African countries, and you see a male favoring gender balance everywhere in the country, except one place, the capital. The capital, there are the opportunities, and you have an anonymous life, an urbanized life. Your parents are far away, you can be free, there are jobs, there's education. That's where the women go. So it's a worldwide movement of women to the cities. So we talk about knowledge hubs versus a hinterland. It's also a matter of gender. I was quite surprised to find that in the statistics, but it's an important thing of our generation. All right, so it's 2 o'clock. Shall we have a break till 2:30? I will warn you with a tiny tinkle of my Tibetan instrument of power. And enjoy the break. There will be coffee there, yeah? See you back in half an hour.